The Viscount Class Star Defender was the New Republic's most powerful vessel, a Mon Calamari super star destroyer essentially. 17 kilometers of pure destructive force. Various sources have referred to the Viscount as the ship class, and Star Defender as the ship type or category, much like the Executor is the class of super star destroyer, or a type of dreadnought. In Vector Prime, where the Viscount was first introduced, it was notably introduced only as a Mon Calamari Star Defender, and specifically the first Mon Calamari Star Defender produced for the New Republic fleet. And various other forces seem to conflate the New Republic Star Defender and the Imperial Star Dreadnought, or Super Star Destroyer, as analogous vessel types. However, the Viscount, or the Mon Calamari Star Defender, was not the only ship of that type used by the New Republic. We also have the Strident Class Star Defender. The Strident makes its first and only appearance during the Yuuzhan Vong War in Agents of Chaos 2. First, we get a simple line that says Corellia has been supplying us with Strident Class Star Defenders, and we withhold the fact that we're planning to use their system as a battleground, while later we hear that there's a trio of Star Defenders protecting the planet. Honestly, if this is where it ended, I would probably just assume that the Strident and the Viscount were simply names for Corellian and Mon Calamari produced Star Defenders respectively. However, we also know that Corellia was producing Viscounts at its shipyards as well, so they do seem to be distinct ship types. Given, again, the fact that Star Defender seems to point to a New Republic Super Star Destroyer analog, the Strident appears to be another supermassive, mysterious vessel. Unfortunately, we don't know anything about its appearance, its loadout, its weapons, or even basic descriptions of the ship. We only ever see it named. Even reference books seem to ignore its existence. So perhaps rather than the Viscount and Strident, both large classes of capital ships, perhaps EU authors just totally messed up the Star Defender class. It's really hard to say, and this is made all more confusing by the following line from Legacy of the Force. They have nothing in the size class of Dodonna, but they have Strident Class Star Defenders, and a large number of frigates, corvettes, patrol boats, gunships, and heavy transports, mostly Corellian Engineering Corporation, of course, and this is in reference to the defenses of Corellia during the Second Galactic Civil War. The Dodonna was a Galactic class assault carrier, described as slightly larger than a Star Destroyer. Admittedly, this quote doesn't outright say that the Dodonna is larger than the Strident, and thus that the Strident is smaller than a Star Destroyer, but it very heavily implies it. So this makes figuring out the entire situation even that more difficult. The lack of detail and even some contradictory information certainly isn't unique for New Jedi Order and later capital ships. We have the mysterious Megador class Super Star Destroyer, we have the Rejuvenator, the Republic class, and more. The Strident really could be any size, but I do think the Star Defender designator is important. It's like, I don't think you would call both the Victory and the Executor Star Dreadnoughts, for example. And I'm happy enough to wave away the Legacy of the Force paragraph as a mistake. We do know that the Strident was manufactured by the Corellian Engineering Corporation. They were introducing a few new vessels during this era, specifically the Raider gunship, which was the top sort of anti-starfighter vessel of its era. Corellian ships were known to be exceptionally well made, but were typically smaller and often geared towards civilian combat. Still, the Corellian shipyards previously had been used to make warships, and Star Destroyers created at Corellia were known to be the best in the Navy, significantly faster than those created at other shipyards, both in real space and in hyperspace. And that's all we know about the Strident, so I turn the question over to you. What do you think the Strident was like? How large? How powerful? Was it a contemporary to the Viscount, or something different? Let me know all of that and more down in the comments. Today's question comes from Endurance the White Wolf. He says, I see something that you won't unsee now, lol. Don't you think that the Dreadnought's cannons are in a way that makes them look like giant, a certain body part that only boys have? Well, let me just say one thing. Welcome to Star Wars. And, at least according to my English teacher, every piece of fiction ever. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this shorter video than usual. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and of course, let me know if you have any questions down below using the hashtag AskEck. By the way, guys, I know a lot of you have already followed, but I'm doing a ton of streaming over on my Twitch account. I think I've streamed for the past 13 days now. You can check that out at twitch.tv/EckhartsLadder. Anyway, until next time, guys, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.